Is the music business dead? Well, to answer this briefly, yes. Okay, just kidding. Maybe not dead yet. But the music business is going through a transition right now. Now, whether or not artists and musicians will get paid in the long run after this digital revolution sort of starts to settle down and figure out a new model for itself, I don't know. Nobody knows the future. We don't know how the future will play out. But I can tell you this. The music business right now is obviously not what it was, and it's not what it's going to be. Right now, I feel like we're in a really interesting transitional moment. Probably the last 10 years, maybe even 20. We've been in a big transitional phase from the old ways of doing things pre the internet now to the way that we're going to do things after the internet. And there's many different attempts on figuring out how we're going to distribute music, monetize it. Is it going to be per download? Are we going to do subscription? Is it going to be user fee? I mean, how are we going to do all this stuff? Many different companies are trying to figure out the best way to go about servicing the needs of the consumers, the record labels, the artists, everything. So right now, I can just tell you that no, it's not dead. It's just in a transitional phase. And who knows what will bloom out of this phase, what model will actually succeed in the long run. I can tell you, though, what I feel as far as the business that I'm involved in is that there are more and more ways to be entertained in the world right now. You think about Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, all these online, not to mention YouTube and all the other online video websites, all these independent outlets now that are producing great original content. I mean, if you've seen some of the latest stuff coming out from Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon, there's amazing, like award-winning shows, really well-written shows and movies being produced by these companies. And more people are sort of, either they're in between cable and online, or they're just kind of getting away from cable and going to online. But the amount of choices for entertainment now are growing exponentially, and that means also the money involved in these industries is growing exponentially because advertisers now are more able to advertise in front of specific demographics with the online options that they can choose from. Right, with cable, you just sort of throw your commercial on a show and you just hope that a couple million people see it, and of them maybe 1,000 people buy your product or something like that. But with the internet, you can really target which demographics are watching your videos based on a lot of social media metrics and a whole bunch of other things that advertisers now have access to as far as figuring out which shows and which programs, which websites should they be advertising on. So the possibilities for getting paid as an artist and a composer for entertainment programs, TV shows, movies, or commercials, that is doing very well. It's going to keep growing. That's my prediction for the near future. So I feel that segment of the industry is a very safe one to be in. And that's obviously why I'm in it. And that's why I've stayed in it for almost 10 years now. So that's my opinion on whether or not the music industry as a whole is dying. I feel that with the artists, that segment is changing, and who knows how that's going to play out. But the TV film world, it's doing great. It's growing. It's blossoming. There's some changing going on, obviously, with the move from cable to the internet. But for the most part, there's a lot that, there's records being set as far as how much royalties are being generated with TV, film, music licensing royalties for artists and producers. So that's my take on the state of the music business today. If you want to learn more about the TV, film, music licensing business, then click this video right here and you'll be sent a free crash course which will teach you everything you need to know to get started today.